Hi there, welcome to the Robot Program. I'm Professor E. In this episode, I'm going to show you how we can program JD to count to 10. You can do this activity on all of the Revolution robots, but I'm going to use JD as an example. You can also do this activity using your Easy Robot mobile app. To get started, I'm going to load the Easy Builder software, and I'm going to go into my bookmarks menu here and click on Example Projects. You want to open up the project that's the bear project for your robot. So if you're using JD, open the JD bear project. If you're using 6, open the 6 bear project, Roly bear, and AdventureBot, open the bear project for AdventureBot. Just click the green open button, skip the assembly instructions, and load your JD servo profile if you need one. Okay, so I'm going to turn on JD, lay him down. And my Wi-Fi connections here, I'm going to connect to my EasyB V4 connection and click my blue connect button, giving JD lots of room. And now he's in the initialization position. If you're using JD, you can scroll down in your auto position menu here and choose stand from sit. And we can actually watch JD stand up and get ready to program. We're going to be programming this activity using the Blockly workspace. To enter the Blockly workspace, you're going to go up to your file menu here, click on Blockly, and now we have our clean canvas to start on. We're going to create a program that has JD go through however many numbers we've designated, so we're going to do 1 to 10. He's going to count each of those numbers and say it out loud through the EasyB. First thing we'll do is go into Loops and choose Repeat Item from 0 to 10 by 1. And then we have to decide what we want to repeat. So in this case, we're going to go into Audio and add Say EasyB Wait, because I want him to finish the entire sentence. And under Variables, I'm going to choose Item. This piece of code is going to repeat 10 times, and the variable item, and you can learn more about variables in another episode, the variable item is going to increase by 1 every time. And we can change those values if we want. But let's start with what we've got. And each time we repeat the code, we're going to say the item value. To execute our code, we're going to click on the green Start button, and let's listen to JD.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's see if we can get JD to count by 2s. So again, we'll go from 0 to 10, and we're going to change the by value to 2. All right, we're going to run our code again, and now we should hear 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Perfect, so JD can also count by 2s, and he can count by any value that you want. Let's get a little more complicated. I'm now going to have JD count a specific number of objects. I'll tell him how many objects there are. So I'm going to get rid of item for a second, take that out, and I'm going to create a string. So I'm going to go into text and choose create text with, and then I'm going to choose, first I'm going to do item, and then we're going to say robots. So he's going to be counting the number of robots. Each time he'll say 2 robots, 3 robots. Let's count from 2 to, I can choose whatever I want. Let's choose 20, and let's go up by, actually let's go up by 5. Let's go 5, and let's go from 5 to 20. 5 to 20, and he's going to increase by 5 each time. And at the end, let's have him do an action. So in movement, I'll choose auto position wait, and let's have him wave. Okay, so he's going to count from 5 to 20, increasing by 5 each time. He's going to speak the number along with the word robots, because we created a string. And when he's all done that, he's going to wave. Let's see what happens. We can click the green Start button to execute our code, and we can follow along with the loop using the green and black console window. Start.
5 robots, 10 robots, 15 robots, 20 20 robots.
Good job, JD. Try changing the parameters of the variables to create your own loops. In this episode, we showed you how to create a program in Blockly to have your robot count to 10 or any other number that you choose. To start, load the Easy Builder software and open the Bear project for your robot. Connect using the EasyBee V4 Wi-Fi connection and click the blue Connect button to initialize your robot. This example used JD, but you can use any of the Revolution robots. You can also do this activity using your mobile app. Enter the Blockly workspace. You're going to create a loop that allows you to repeat a particular segment of code as many times as you want. This is to save you from hard coding. That is to say that you would code every single time you want your robot to say a number. So if we want to count to 100, we would have to say EasyBee 1, say EasyBee 2, say EasyBee 3, and go all the way up to 100. That's not very practical. And that's why we have loops within programming. In this case, we added the code segment that says repeat item from 0 to 10 by 1. And you can change the parameters of this loop to create whatever conditions you want. Our loop used the variable called item to hold the value that we want to count. We then chose the beginning and ending parameters, as well as the number that we're going to increase by each time. This is the value that's going to increase the item count. So we're going from 0 to 10, increasing by 1. That means that each time we repeat the loop, item is going to increment by 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. If we change that incremental value to 2, that means our loop is going to go 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all the way up to our limit value. And we can change the starting and end parameters to whatever we want. Once we have the parameters for the loop decided, you can go ahead and put in the code that you want your robot to execute each time the loop repeats. In this example, we wanted JD to speak the value of that variable that was called item. So for the first example, we did 0 to 10, increasing by 1. That means the first time we go through the loop, he's going to speak 0. Then he's going to speak 1, speak 2. If you want your robot to say something that's a little bit longer or involves words, you have to create a string. A string is a sequence of characters, and we can combine the value of our variables, such as item, with a string of characters, such as hello world, robots, etc. So we actually had our robot count a specific noun. You can append whatever strings you want using the create text with block. The value of the variable item will still increase according to the loop parameters. You can also add in actions within your loops. We decided to add an action at the end to signify once our robot had finished counting all of the different conditions of our loop. Remember that if you want your robot to finish an entire sentence or an entire action, choose the wait versions of those commands. This allows your robot to finish the command in its entirety before moving on to the next line of code. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you next time. Why are loops used when writing a program? What is the purpose of the loop increment value? What is a string? Find the answers at therobotprogram.com.